Salute. Today we're going to try something a little different. We're going to just, you're going to watch as I go over the 2014 National Latin exam for Introduction to Latin. I'm going to go over the answers and you're going to answer some questions. So try to pay attention and try to make this as brief as I can. Number one, the motto Labor Omnia Vincit best reflects the action of a Latin student who, and pretty obviously labor, work, make that correction. And so the answer would be B. In the abbreviation AM, the letter A stands for the word, and so AM is ante-meridiem, and so before midday. Which Roman god rules the underworld? That, of course, is Pluto. Mars is the god of war, Neptune is the god of the sea, and Apollo is the god of music and poetry, and the sun. In which room of a villa would Romans usually entertain friends at dinner? That's the triclinium. That's the dining room. Remember, they had 3 couches. So you see the word 3, tri in here. Latrina is the bathroom. Atrium is the entrance hall. And cubiculum is the bedroom. What was the religious, economic, political, and social center of ancient Rome? That was the Forum. So this one is A. Circus Maximus was for chariot races. The Via Appia was Rome's major road. And the Colosseum, of course, was for gladiator fights. Number 6 is kind of tough. To which question would bene be an appropriate answer? Bene means well. And so A is how are you? Literally, like, what do you do? So that's kind of a tough one. And B is what is your name, C is who is it, and D is who are you. So A, how are you? All right, the workers' per annum income was enough to meet their needs. We see the word for year in here, and we get annual from that. So I don't know if we've discussed that, but you might be able to figure that out. So D, yearly. Which deity symbol is shown in this picture? We got the lightning bolt, so that is C, Jupiter. The long snout and watchful eyes of the creature made it appear lupine. Kind of tough, but if you remember, the Latin term for a wolf is lupus. So C, wolf-like. Britannia on the map. Britannia is the island cut off here, so that is A. What number on the map shows Hispania? Hispania we know is modern-day Spain, and so that's this chunk of land right here. Okay, 6 is, of course, Gaul. 8 they wouldn't really ask about. 3 is Greece. 2 is Sicily. 4 they wouldn't ask about. 7 is Africa. All right, the youth left home in search of pecuniary rewards. One of our first vocab words. Pecunia means money. Okay, grammar questions. So a lot of you guys are still getting these wrong, and there's just a couple things that if you know what they're doing, you can get right. So this is a verb, and it's in the present tense. It doesn't have the B ending attached to it, bombaspat. So for this exam, you're really limited to the tenses. So stands would be correct. Ubi, this is just vocab. Where? Semper ubi sub ubi. Esne, stylus mias. Est is he, she, it is. Any means it's a question. So is my stylus in the atrium? All right, number 16. If the verb to be is nearby, they just want the nominative translation. So this, you can just translate this too. The stylus is not in the atrium. D. All right, 17 is from the verb to be, and that would translate as I was. We know ego is the word for I, so it wouldn't be were. I was. All right, per just means through. That's just straight vocab. Tres is the number for 3. Number 20, bombaspat. So that's the beginning of the imperfect tense, and so I was not holding. 21, the infinitive makes every appearance on the National Latin exam. That ARE ending is the infinitive to look around. All right, this one's kind of a tough one anytime you have to deal with a noun ending. AE appears in the first declension a bunch of times, so you kind of have to translate this one. But the garden, it's the word for garden, of the house is large. All right, so genitive case. E, this is just knowing vocab. E is the same as X, which is out of the kitchen. All right, remember, in is just in, around is circum, and to is add, AD. 24, exclamation point, tells you it's a command. So it's just D, look around. 25, and he makes it a question. This is the you plural pronoun. You also have the you plural ending. They won't use you all, so it's just do you see. So that's good to know. 26, this is something we were going to do in class. If you see this E ending on a word, it tell you create an adverb. And adverbs are words in English that end in ly. There's a couple different ways to do the adverb, but this is the most basic. And slowly is the correct answer. They're only going to ask about this E adverb ending. All right, quid just means what? 28. The servants are giving. So I've mentioned this a bunch of times in class. If you see the verb to give, do, dare, the answer is definitely going to be to, because you always give to someone. So this word is in the dative case. All right. They don't even list of as an answer, so it's only the possible right answer anyway. 29, said, is the word for but. It's just vocab. And we do not see any of the word for we, your stylus. So you kind of have to translate this one. It's in the accusative case, which we don't put anything in front of. So it's just D, the direct object. All right. We're just going to go over that. The story is, I'll just guide you through the story real quick, but we're not going to go over the answers. But it's look for my new stylus. The master shouts, we were celebrating my birthday when my son gave a stylus to me, or where my son gave a stylus to me. It was a gift. He gave the stylus to me because I was learning to write so well. Then the servant shouts, yesterday, many women were in the theater. Were you carrying your stylus with you in the theater? Into the theater? Yes. Remember, itawaro is yes. The master responds, I was sitting with friends. I was happy, and I was showing the stylus to my friends. Perhaps the stylus is in the theater. The servants hurry to the theater with the master. The master shows the chair to the servants. That's kind of a tough vocab word to put on here. And they surround it. The servants find the stylus and they give it to the master. I give you thanks, Julia says. I guess her name's Julia. I am carrying my stylus out of the house, never again. Kind of a lame story. Hope you guys get a better one. So if you knew the story, you would know all the questions. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.